Yeah. How do I make this? So good at PowerPoint. Yeah, I got it. Sorry. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So again, FIDA is similar to the PACE program and the MAP program in that it combines the Medicare and Medicaid coverage together under one managed care plan. So again, Medicare Advantage plus managed long-term care is essentially what FIDA does. And it will replace, if someone enrolls in FIDA, that's the only insurance that they're going to have in terms of health care. If they had any other type of insurance, it's gone. If they had any third-party insurance, they had, well, we'll go into that. But once someone has a FIDA plan, they only have a FIDA plan. Here we go. FIDA replaces all of the different types of insurance that a dual eligible might have with one single plan that covers everything. So if someone wants to enroll in FIDA, these are the requirements. It must be 21 or older. It must be a Medicare participant, ABD participant. They must have Medicaid, be New York City, Nassau, Suffolk, or Westchester, and they must be newly permanently residing in a nursing home, eligible for a nursing home transition and diversion waiver, or require long-term supports for over 120 days. So again, when I say community-based long-term supports, I'm just referring to care in the home or in the community, and again, it cannot be based only on community day centers or adult social daycare. It has to be some kind of home care as well. All right. So FIDA means you'll have one card instead of having 5 cards. So if someone has a prescription plan, they won't have one anymore. Their Medicare and their Medicaid cards will be combined. And if someone has a Medigap plan, they can keep their Medigap plan, but they won't need to, because any services that they would have under a Medigap plan will be duplicated under a FIDA plan. However, if someone has a Medigap plan and they join a FIDA plan and they choose to drop their Medigap plan, they will not be able to repurchase or re-enroll in their Medigap plan because it's illegal to sell someone a Medigap plan that is a Medicaid recipient. I'm not sure if that's right, but they won't be able to get back into their Medigap plan if they drop it. So that's something to caution people of when you're if you find out that if you're on a call with someone and you find out they have a Medigap plan and they're interested in FIDA, you want to just caution them that if they drop that plan, they won't be able to get back in. Some people really like the Medigap plan, so that might be a problem. FIDA covers everything. So you'll have a provider directory of doctors. You'll have participating hospitals in the directory. You'll have the drug formulary. So some FIDA plans have OTC cards for people that, for people that want to get supplies at the pharmacies, like cough syrup and things like that. But some FIDA plans do not have OTC cards, and in order for those people to get, in order to go participating in plans without OTC cards, in order for them to get things from the pharmacy, they'll have to get an order from their doctor authorizing the plan to give it to them. Which is a turn off for some people because a lot of people are used to having OTC cards in their Medicare Advantage plans. But you can explain to people that they can still get things from the pharmacy, they'll just have to get an order from their doctor. FIDA also covers behavioral health, rehabilitation therapy, again, home care, nursing home stays, and some waiver services. So the FIDA plan has waiver services that are similar to those under nursing home transition and diversion and TBI. Under FIDA, but because FIDA is so new, we haven't really seen this yet, but FIDA should be able to cover home modifications, things like that, but because we are new, we haven't, as far as I know, we haven't done any. But if a client comes in and is interested in FIDA and also mentions they have issues with accessibility in their home, that's something that FIDA should be able to help with. I went through this slide already. Okay. Also, another major thing with FIDA is passive enrollment. This is different from the other plans because this passive enrollment period is going on now, and people are being automatically enrolled into the FIDA plan, and they aren't going out and choosing to enroll in a PACE plan or MAP plan. People are being automatically enrolled. So most FIDA eligible individuals will automatically be enrolled in a FIDA plan sometime in 2015 unless they opt out. And people will be enrolled into the same FIDA plan that they have for their MLTC plan. So for instance, VNS has VNS Managed Long-Term Care, and then they have VNS FIDA Complete Care. And probably most MLTC plans, except for Extended Choices, Montefiore, and United Healthcare, have a corresponding FIDA plan. So people that have one of those 4 plans will be intelligently matched to a FIDA plan. It says that it will maximize the number of MLTC providers who remain in network, but I don't know if that, I haven't seen anybody be intelligently matched, and I don't know if that's actually how they do it. But anyway, if anybody calls in from one of these 4 plans, they'll have to go into something entirely different. But if anybody calls in from one of the other MLTC plans, VNS, GuildNet, Senior Health Partners, they'll have a corresponding FIDA plan, so at least their long-term care part will automatically carry over and stay the same. But as we've talked about, you'll have to check. So, well, sorry. Huh? Yeah, so you don't have to worry about any of that, actually. But so us and ICANN will check to see if their doctors will remain in network. You don't have to worry. Sorry. Okay. All right, so the opt-out. At any time prior to an individual's passive enrollment date, they may choose to opt out of FIDA. So once they opt out, they can't be enrolled in FIDA again for the rest of the demonstration period, which goes until 2017. Individuals may opt out by calling New York Medicaid Choice, and that's the number right there, 855-600-3432, and they should get a letter in the mail within 2 weeks confirming their opt-out. Clients can opt out at any time, but just to ensure that everything goes smoothly, and if a client decides they want to opt out, you will call into New York Medicaid Choice with them. I guess you guys won't actually be doing anything. Yeah, they can opt out at any time before their passive enrollment date. This is a list of people who will not get passively enrolled. So if you're in a PACE plan, if you have employer union, drug coverage, if you're a correctional facility, there are all these exceptions here, which I don't think you need to know, but they're here for you. Clients can also voluntarily enroll into FIDA. So they'll just call New York Medicaid Choice, which is that number there, and do their voluntary enrollment. They can switch FIDA plans at any time. There isn't a time period like with an MLTC plan. They can switch at any time, but their coverage will begin on the 1st of the next month. And after a person has opted out, if they decide they want to be in a FIDA program, they can join a FIDA program at any time. They can also disenroll for any reason. And once someone disenrolls, they'll be effective until the end of the month. So if someone disenrolls on the 2nd of the month, they'll still be in a FIDA plan until the 1st of the next month. Involuntary disenrollment for FIDA. If you lose eligibility, for example, if you lose your Medicaid eligibility or something, you can be disenrolled from FIDA. if you aren't in the plan service area for more than 6 months, if there's a material misrepresentation regarding third-party reimbursement, so if you lie about something, if there's disruptive behavior, people can be disenrolled. So if a client makes any or creates behavior that doesn't allow the plan to care for them, then the plan can disenroll them. Yeah, abusive, yeah. The plan has to make an effort to resolve, but if the client continues to create a situation where the plan cannot provide the care that they're supposed to be providing, they can be disenrolled with approval from CMS. Fraudulent enrollment application or abusive FIDA card, I don't know what abusive FIDA card means, but probably some kind of fraud. And if you fail to complete any necessary relief forms. Okay. So advantages of FIDA. It's similar to the two other managed care plans we mentioned before. It puts all the services together. So you'll have one plan. Again, as we saw before, you'll have one card. There's no cost sharing between Medicare and Medicaid providers. So you will never have a balanced bill when you're on a FIDA plan because once your doctor is in network, you'll never have to worry about 80% being covered by Medicare and then the 20% you'll get billed because that doctor doesn't accept Medicaid. It's all covered. You'll have one provider network. Again, yeah, so you'll have one provider network. You don't need to check if a doctor accepts both Medicare and Medicaid. Your doctor, once that's your doctor in your network, it still will, 100% of the cost will be covered. Another advantage of FIDA is the interdisciplinary care team, or the IDT team. That is a team of your primary care physician, representatives from your long-term care plan, and yourself or a family member or someone you choose to represent you, coming together to help coordinate your care. So your doctor and your managed long-term care plan should now be in more regular communication to make sure that your care is more streamlined. There's no out-of-pocket costs, so there are no co-pays when you go to the pharmacy. Again, no balanced billing, no out-of-pocket costs. And you also have access to Medicaid waiver services. So as we were talking about before, there are different types of waiver services that provide for different things like home modifications, things like that. Disadvantages of FIDA. So every person will make a decision whether or not they want to enroll in FIDA. In original Medicare, you can see whatever doctor takes Medicare, which is basically doctors. But in FIDA, you can only see the doctors that are in the plan's network. And the FIDA plan might require prior approval for certain procedures. There is one FIDA plan that has a point of service network, which means they will allow the patient to see any doctor, and they will any doctor that accepts original Medicare, and they will be reimbursed at the Medicare rate. So that's the one plan that does that. So people that are in GILNET MLTC that go over to GILNET FIDA essentially will feel no difference. But that's the only plan. Does anybody have any questions? Yes. So in order to be eligible for FIDA, you have to be Medicare, Medicaid, and in a managed long-term care plan. Oh, sure. No? Okay.
It's just a primer, just to
Yeah.
have a general idea of what's going on, but
Yeah.
knowledge about other aspects of Medicaid. We do have a focus.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Yeah, sure.
Basically, the only the local provider who computer service is with 903 and Wednesday benefits. Provided the request to complete.
So I was talking to somebody.
And it was like sending the only country that I found.
I think that it is only available by
Yeah, okay. It's only country that yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so it's now based on.
It's not Friday. Yeah, it's not Friday. Okay, not okay.
Sorry.
It's true. Okay. Sorry, all I need is to know what's going
I think they usually.
When you write it, I think we're there. Yeah. That's nice. I need to have a stop. So, moving all so that was the first training. Honestly, I just really enjoyed it, but I haven't had. Yeah. I know, the thing from home, I just said that school. No, sometimes I don't. On Tuesday, yeah. On Tuesday, yeah, we just have to. Oh, no, wait. I think I will see in my day. I said it. Yeah, but that is not. That is not big. But our section 6. Well, I'm not member, I'm not union member, I'm supposed to be. I just have a two of them. Yeah, and I'm just going to see, I'm sorry. I need to dedicate my time. I need to have to missionary to medical. Yeah. So I'll be learning the ICD, the coding and everything.
I was like, can you tell me what the school is?
Oh, me? Oh, eventually get to that.
Is that a bachelor's or is this?
That's a bachelor's. I already did it. There's like 1 year, no, a year and a half left. Wow. It's still a professional studies. It's online, which is like very convenient. Oh, wow. They still start work out. A lot. No, work. Oh, there's a lot more work. Oh, online? Oh, yeah. That's hard. Yeah. I was going crazy. No, that people just, oh, it's so easy. No, it's not. Much harder. And they stick you. And they give you assignments and stuff during a week, and it's like a lot.
And you have to like,
But you know,
Oh, God damn. I have a life. Not according to you know. And then there's discussion rooms, and then there's like blogs. They're making you walk. Yeah. So I have an app for myself. So on my way here, I'm doing the discussion board, so that's out of the way. Yep. The blogs I do it sometimes on my way back. I have like specific days that I do it. So I don't go crazy. I look it up. And the other thing is like, there's a lot of people that their parents, 2, 3 kids or whatever, I'm like, they could do it. I have no children, it's perfectly fine. Exactly.
are we ready? All right. So let's go over this. What is that? I should read my question one.
Oh, am I backwards? I don't even know what's going on.
All right. I'm just going to go by you. Go by heart. What does it mean to be passively enrolled in PI?
See? Yeah, there's something going on.
Amber alert. You can turn it off in your settings.
Oh, okay.
Notification.
I just got it.
I read that before. Fine. New phone. First phone.
So everybody got that, right? So how should you determine whether an individual should enroll in PI? Individuals need personalized counseling from an expert in service Three, pilot eligible individuals may voluntarily enroll in a pilot only during open enrollment. Mandatory managed long-term care is 4. Small age 21 plus, who need more than 120 days of community-based long-term care. 5. Individuals with a disability have 10 days from an eligibility determination to choose a medically managed plan or have Medicaid managed care plans are in 2 months.
A, B, B.
Yeah. A.
Everything.
9. Aid to continue will only be available to primary recipients even when the denial is based on Medicare benefits, provided the fee is requested within 10 days of Again, I know that was wrong. I have information on
That one is a free giveaway.
I should never have it.
That's what I thought. So it's not only available to private research.
All right, so that concludes
And we should go to that. We shouldn't come.
Actually, I think on the team class, I just, you and Sarah, I think you might need to watch the training together. And then you have a different name and baseball, so you can watch it one of the two.
Should we just like come wait for you or?
When you call, I come and get you. All right.
1:30.
Yeah, 1:30. I'm just like, hey, Mom. Tell them all that.
I work here.
You were here?
You work here.
Thought about doing like a visual of this, like all the mapped out, because I think it would be easier if like it was like a picture of
You got it.
this area. I could help.
That would be great. Like, he's probably one with the sense that you put in.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess we didn't know. We don't want to go in on this.
You too.
Wow.
I'm having lunch in here by myself.
So I think it's friendly and it's like online presentation, so and it's free, and you can like create diagrams and go